Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to today's mastering series, Large Assembly and Large Drawing Handling in SOLIDWORKS. My name is Dipesh Kumar Verma and I am working with tech savvy engineer from last couple of years. So this is our agenda. Next 1 hour we will see introduction to large assembly, step of opening and updating an assembly, best practices to improve file open times, best practices to improve update times, and hardware considerations. So let us start with introduction. As your assembly grow larger, they will inversely consume more resource. Your system must load more geometry, solve more functions, and display more data. This can lead to slower assembly and drawings. You can minimize the additional overhead by building your assembly more efficiently and by using SolidWorks features. They are designed to optimize workflow within large data set. Okay. So first of all, how when we open any assembly and drawing, how it will open. So this is the flow chart we can see. So it is useful to understand what happens when you open or update an assembly or drawing. When you click on assembly, it load all the reference part and sub assembly. Maybe thousands of assemblies depend on your file or data. So here, if there is no changes at the last time, then it directly go for the display for update assembly and finish. There is another loop that was update any part or sub assembly that are out of date. Means you are changing something or you are not save in current version. Solve all mate and position component. After that, it's solving the mate and positions. Then go for in context features, means you are working in top down assembly. Then again it's take a loop that was solve mate again, and if the reference assembly features, then again solve mate and positions, and then again go to in context features. And finally it goes to paint display for update assembly, and finish means open your assembly. So this way your assembly take a long time to open. For drawing, we can continue for next session of mastering series. For best practices to improve your file opening time, means it's taking our time. So how we can do that? By using work locally, assembly modes, using simple version of models, speed packs, sub assembly and freeze bar, display state instead of configurations where possible, convert data from to the latest version, assembly open progress indicator, and assembly visualize and imported data. So this is our points. So let's start with work locally. Opening and saving file over our network is slower than opening or saving file locally. Depends on your network and load at any given time. It can be much slower. Even you keep and maintain document on a central server, it is more efficient to copy the file locally, make your changes, and then copy the file back to the simple work over the network. This is what many PDF system does. It's depend on your hardware, means configuration of your hardware. It's if you're facing some taking time or performance issue, then you can do in locally work. Assembly modes. We have three type of assembly modes, which are resolve mode, lightweight mode, and large design review mode. So we can see one by one. Resolve mode. Whenever you go for resolve mode or open any assembly, which we can discuss in previous slide about the opening of assembly, it's follow all the steps. Long time to open. Add a video. Okay, here I just open a assembly by using resolve mode. So it's take a time. Let's see how much time it taken. And I just tried the same thing with lightweight mode and LDR mode. But when we open in resolve mode, it take too much time. Or I just open this assembly as usual system, means I just facing the same issue with client, and that there some graphic card issue, some configuration issue. That's why I also trying with this assembly in out of configuration system. Okay, it's take nearby 19 minute and 6 second. Okay, it's take too much time. So that's why I just make a video, a little video here. So when we talk about lightweight mode, so what happened? You can load less than half the data as the fully resolved assembly. Lightweight mode does not load the features data from parts that are not needed in the assembly level. Lightweight mode load just the body data and the mates, which is usually all necessary in further modeling, mates and drawing creations. So your assembly can load twice as fast. Here there is another option that we can say large assembly settings. It is a bundle of setting or in that we can light our assembly in lightweight mode also. Let's see. Actually, I just make a two differentiate in that we can see lightweight mode with large assembly setting or lightweight mode without large assembly setting. It's maybe difference between 2 and 3 minutes, not much more, but it's easy to open as compared to resolve mode. Or actually, it's a assembly indicator. So we can talk about this thing also. It's nearby take 10 minutes and 9 minutes to open 7,000 components. So when you open with without large assembly settings, it take 10 minutes, and when you open with large assembly setting, it take 9 minutes. Let me talk about large design review mode. What happened when you open with large design LDR mode? Beginning with the release of 2012 software, LDR is a powerful tool to help manage large assembly. While lightweight mode open only the body data from the reference component. Large design review load only the display data, means only the graphic data, which is even lighter. During large design review mode, you can use the measure tool. It is also to isolate and test load only the component needed. Instead of loading an entire assembly, there are options to determine whether the component are checked for the out of graphic data and update when opening an assembly in large design review mode. With the release of 2019 of SOLIDWORKS, the large design review mode is further enhanced. You can now add and edit mates and insert component with you edit an assembly. Whenever you're trying to open your assembly with LDR mode, you have an option that called edit assembly mode. When you go for edit assembly options, then you have the options to insert a component, delete a component, move and rotate a component, and create and edit and delete mates. Means you can much more doing a faster work as compared to lightweight mode. Let us talk about a simplification version of model, speed pack, and simplified and freeze bar. Let us see what is speed pack subassembly. Using speed pack derived configurations can help reduce amount of data in subassembly. The graphic data generated using SpeedPack may be enough to represent a subassembly within the top level. You can convert your subassembly into SpeedPack, which is just nothing else. Is It's a graphical data, or it's create a configurations. A good application of SpeedPack is with purchase part assembly and imported part and assembly data. When a part does not import cleaning and much many night surfaces, you can use SpeedPack to keep only the fundamental geometry needed. So let us see how SpeedPack works and how we can create a SpeedPack in assembly mode. So let's get started here. What can I do? This is my assembly, and I just create enclosure into SpeedPack. So here you can see I have one enclosure, MSC enclosure. What I do, I just open a sub assembly and go to my what configuration manager. Because you want, if you want to create this speed pack, just go for configuration manager, click on the default configurations and add a speed pack. So what happened, it just create a graphical data. Here you have options include phase to include. Phase to include means which that phase which you want to add, provide the reference or mate on top level. So this way you can just exclude some faces or bodies which you want to add some reference or some mate on top level. Here and another option that was disable quick enable quick include. It is a way to select a component by slide. Just I disable this one and just go and click OK. Okay, it takes some seconds, not much more. Okay, now it's create a another configuration that was speed pack configurations. So this way you can easily create your graphical data with by using speed pack. And you can see only you can show front plane, top plane, right plane. Nothing, there is no features you have seen right now. Just go back to my top level assembly. Now I just show the some other way to create a speed pack in top level. First of all, just change my speed pack by click on that and just select my speed pack configuration and click OK. Now what I do, I just create a speed pack configuration in top level. Even you can do in top level also. If you not want to open your sub assembly, just right click on your any sub assembly. Okay, before I just save. First of all, we can see what impact does in by using speed pack. I just close my assembly again. Okay, I just open another sessions. So what I do, I just go back and just click on my sub assembly again, ms closer, and go to my speed pack option. Here you get use speed pack. Sometime you get two options when you click on top level assembly. When you click on sub assembly in top level, then you get two options. That was speed pack mate and speed is a normal speed pack. So what is the difference between that? We can see. Let's I right click on that part and go for speed pack option. Create mate speed pack and create graphic speed pack. Mate speed pack means this component already mated with other components, so it's create just exclude that faces and create a speed pack configurations. When you go for graphic speed pack, that means it's just created a graphic data, not mate exclude some faces or provide some mated. Well, without mated, it create a graphic data. So I always refer to that you go for mate speed pack when you go working in top level. Let me show you again. Just create mate speed pack and hardly take some seconds. Okay, it's created your speed pack configuration. So this way you can create your speed pack. But whenever you click on part, you didn't get the option of speed pack. So it's it's a point regarding when speed pack option is just for your sub assembly, not for your part level. So what I do, whenever you want to get back, just go and change your configurations. Let I just open our speedback configurations, go again my configurations, and change my default configurations, which is normal. If you want to change some features, you can change it, and then again go for speedback configurations. So it's easy to use and easy to work in speedback configuration is top level. So it's light your assembly in top level. It's decrease your opening time. So next option is what we can do for part level. Okay, I just save all this file. Let me open again my assembly in lightweight mode, and you can see how much time is taken. And you can see last time it shows 7,000 component. Now it shows nearby 5,000 component by using speed pack. Or according to me, it's hardly take 2 minutes and 3 minutes. Open component, updating assembly. When it's completed up to update graphic, till that you doesn't click on your SolidWorks. If your system configuration is good, then it's handle. If your SolidWorks system configuration is not good, it's SolidWorks maybe crash. So please wait till it's fully open. 2 minute 36 at ending 2 minute 33 second means is too much is reduced too much time as compared to last time when I just open with lightweight mode. Okay, so you can use speed pack. What we can do for part level, we have another option that we can say freeze bar. How we can use freeze bar? So what I do, let me open this part of fourth floor walls. It's a simple part. So for part level, just go for system options, journal, and there is an option was enable freeze bar. Just check the this option and click OK, and you get these options here. What happened when you use freeze bar? It's lock your features, and it's not take the part when it's updating your component or updating your assembly. So for part level, you can use freeze bar. For assembly level or sub assembly level, you can use speed pack configurations. I just click on update now because I just changed something. That's why it's showing me update. And important it about the configurations and speed pack, that was adding a simple configuration increase the file size of the part, because you will add a new configuration to existing fully detailed part. Still, it is faster to open a model in a simplified configuration, because SolidWorks software only open the data needed, ignoring the detailed configuration data. So let us move towards the PPT. So our next topic is best practices to improve file open time. Use display state instead of configuration where possible. About this, you can use configuration to store different design of an assembly. However, if you want to just show different display of an assembly or part, use a display state. Think of display state as skin that overlay one assembly. Think of a configuration as entirely new assembly contained in one file. This is effectively what it is. Part and assembly with configuration will contain much more data than part and assembly that use display state. For example, if you want to show a different color, or if you want to hide component or isolate some component for your work, it is more efficient to represent that with a display state, not a configuration. Likewise, if you plan to show different display in drawing, you should only use display state rather than configuration. If your drawing reference multiple configuration of an assembly, you must update each of those configuration before the drawing can update. So it's take a too much time. A single configuration in multiple display state needed to update only once. So let us see how display state has been created. So again, just move to my SolidWorks. Okay, before I just show the display state, let us talk about LDR mode, large design mode, which I talked in previous slide. Just open with LDR mode. So I just already explained about LDR mode. It is open your graphical data, only display data, not your features data or model data. You have the options. Just click on edit assembly, and you can do insert a component and mate and delete your mates. When your LDR open, you can change directly from your file to lightweight mode. How we can do that? Let us show you. Okay, it's my LDR mode without editing. Without editing. Okay, you can change into resolve mode. You can change into lightweight mode. Okay, or you can click on your top level and change from here also. Edit assembly means you can add component, you can add mates, you can delete your mates, you can delete your component by using edit assembly in LDR mode, large design mode. Whenever you want to open in lightweight mode, so you can directly open from here. You didn't want to close fully assembly again and open again. So what I do, I just click on set all to component to lightweight mode. So what happened? It directly goes to my lightweight mode. But you doesn't vice versa do the vice versa, means you didn't came from lightweight mode to LDR mode. So you have to take care. You can change resolve to light or light to resolve. But whenever you go for LDR mode, you can just there is a one way to go to light or resolve, not come back to LDR mode without closing your assembly. What I do now, I am in lightweight mode. Just go for configurations. I'm not working with configurations. Here I am in options of display state. So what I do, I just right click here and go to my add display state. So you can easily add your display state, and in this display state you can hide some component, or you can use cross sections view to display your object, or you can change your color. Okay, it's easy to use as compared to configurations. Whenever you want to just change your color and show some isolated view. Let me show you. I already created some display state. I just click on all because I just hide some component in my all display state. Okay, you can see I just what I do in this session. I just hide some component in my. I not suppress my component. I just hide my component. So this way you can create your display state. So let us move towards my presentation. Okay, actually I just forget one point, that was simplified version of model. How we can do simplified version? Let me uh, let me talk about this component. Cosmetic features and aid edges and faces without helping and ensure that fit and functions within assembly. Means they can double the total number of face in assembly. Performance in assembly and especially in drawing. A detailed versions can use for the part design, and a simple version can be used in higher level assembly. Each version can be stored as a different configurations. Means you can create a different configuration by using your tool, that was dfeature tool. You can search dfeature by SOLIDWORKS search command, or just like here I just searching dfeatures, you can find here, or you can add here. I just click on D features. Here you have two options, that was simplify geometry and the another was fill out entities. So what is the difference between simplify and geometry and fill out? Simplify we can use for the smaller component, and fill out we can use for the largest assemblies. Okay, let me show you how we can use both. Let me click on fill out, go to next. Here you have an options for creating a simplified component. For example, I just click this component, this one, this and this one, and here you have options how you want to simplify this component, as how you represent your component. You just represent as a cylinder, or you just copy this component as it is for creating a new assembly or new configurations. Okay, you have both options. I just select, I'm not nothing change, I just copy a geometry which I selected and click on add group. So what happened, it's open a new file or open a new window side by side. What I do next, I just click on other components, like I just open I just want this component and my identical component, and I just selected this motor, put as a cylinder and add group. So what happened, this component change as a cylinder body. Now what I do, I just go for another component, like I just want to change this component, or how I want to change as a boundary box, polygon fit, let's say tight fit outline. Or here is the option for plane, is a reference plane for how do you want to show your configurations. Like I just select this face and add group. So what happened, it just changed into simple component. So this way you can create a simple configurations from your detail body. You have an option that you want to save as a new document. There is an option was link to origin. Link to origin means whenever you change on your original body, it's always reflect in your another body which you are creating by using diffeatures tool. Okay, I just save as a new document, not click on link to original. So what happened is it's react as a different file and click OK. I just save on my desktop. Let me open another one which I created right now. So this way I just created a simplified file from my detail file, and you didn't get the features options. So this way you can simplify your component or simplify your sub assembly, and you can use this component in your top level assembly, which is much lighter than your detail part body. So let us go back to our PPT. Convert data forward to the latest version. Your model may needed to update by a new version to prepare them for code changes in the latest release. This happens when you open an older file version in a new version of the software. You can increase opening time once converted. This step is no longer needed. Conversation can be done as needed on an active project model by opening and saving a file. This can also be done on entire data set in automated by using task scheduler or PDM software solution. How you can you do that? Just go to your start options, search task scheduler. For example, I have 2020 version, so I have SolidWorks task scheduler 2020. I just click on this, and here the first one option, that was convert file. Click on convert file, and the pop-up came out. And here you have two options, that was add file and add folder. If you have less data or some files, just go for add file options. If you have bigger data or much more files, just go for add folder and select the folder. Take too much time, it depends on your assembly, so I suggest to do this work in night. And you just provide the timing when it started. Just provide the off time of your office, so it's save your office time. So this is the automated tool for converting your outdated file into current file. So next one is assembly open progress indicator. From SolidWorks 2018 software, the assembly open progress indicator provides information on the status of operations while you open an assembly. This dialog display the total number of components open and the total number of files in the assembly. Update models. So sometimes it shows the component which take too much time. So you can identify the component which take too much time. So let us talk about next topic, that was assembly visualizations. So it's also a useful tool to identify the heavy component. So the assembly visualization tool has been enhanced. You can view the open and rebuild time for the component and the total number of graphic triangle for all instance of component. From the SolidWorks 2017 software, the property SW open time store the time taken to open each of the assembly component. And last time you open and save the assembly, you can access this property from tool, evaluate and assembly visualization. So let us I show you how you can do that. Just I just open my detail sub assembly, go to evaluate assembly evaluations, or here you can find out which component take too much time to open or rebuild time. Here you have the options. Okay, you can even add datas like you want to add density check, you want to find out the weight, you can find out some graphic triangle, you can do that also. Just go here and go to the property. For example, you want to see SW rebuild time and open time, just select open time and use formula and click OK. So here you find out which component take how much time. There is another let me show you again. Just go and so I just find out the rebuild time and click OK. So here you have an options for rebuild also, and you can sort your component by rebuild by and opening time. Okay, here I just get an message that was inaccurate or not accurate until you resolve lightweight component. Means whenever you're working in lightweight mode, it's not provide the accurate data, but whenever you open in resolve mode, it shows the correct data for your sub assembly or assembly. Okay, this way you can identify the component which take too much time to open, or just put your assembly as a heavy assembly. So let us move towards back to our PPT. Imported data. So we can say downloaded data, we can say brought out part, or we can say third part content portal. So it's also effect on our large assembly. How it can affect its effect by use by faulty phases. how to decrease your timing by just diagnose your imported data. Let me show you. Okay, here whenever I just open my imported file, imported data, here you get an option that was run imported diagnosis on this part. If you click no, then this option you get find out. Just click on your imported features and select your imported diagnosis. And here you have an options that automatically heal your imported data. Attempt to heal all, attempt to heal all faces or all gap. Just I just click on attempt to heal all. So what happened? Okay, it's clear your faulty faces. Sometimes the component rebuild or remove faulty faces automatically, or sometimes it take time. So let us take another example for imported data. And I just run from here, click on this, and you can find out there is three faulty faces. Attempt to heal all. Okay, you heal, but still one faces is faulty. So how you can do that? You can do by manually. Even whenever some faulty faces remain, you can do for manually. Okay, how you can check which face is faulty or not? Just again, I just click on imported data, and you can see this face is your faulty faces. What I do, I just go for surface command, delete my face. Let me show you how I just repair my faulty faces and delete this face. So what happened? My body is converted into surface body from the part body. I just select this one as offset surface and go for zero distance and click OK. So what I do, I just go and select my three offset surfaces and go for isolate options. So what happened? I just go and extend my body by using extend command. Means you can use your surface command for healing your imported faulty faces. Okay, okay. I just click OK. Go for trim surface command and select my bodies and which body I want to put. I just want this one, and click OK. And other faces are removed. So what I do next, I just go for fillet command. I know the value, that's why I just directly put it the value here. It's my 3 mm. Just click on multi radius fillet and click this one, and just change my value. This one is 2.8, and this one also 2.8, and okay. So this way I just create another copy. So I just exit from my isolate body and hide my fillet body. So what I do, I just delete the other faces which I want to replace with my new faces. Click OK, and I just show my fillet body. What I do, I just go for night surface, selecting my surface bodies, create a solid merge body, and click OK. So this way you can correct your faulty faces. Okay, sometimes you can do by automatically, or sometimes you go for manual options also. So let us move to our PPT again. So our next topic is best practices to improve update times. Okay, whenever you updating your components take too much time. So how you can do that? So let us start with my first one, that was limit in context features. Component without in context features means you whenever you can use top level assembly features, do not rebuild their features tree, and even can even avoid loading their features tree all through in lightweight mode. Conversely, a component with in context features must rebuild in tree when the assembly changes. Then all the child features of that in context features must update too. If you have multiple in context component, this continues for each one. This process can take time consuming as total number of generating features growth. Uh, Imagine 30 components that have 10 features that are in context or dependent on an in context features. Any model changes will result in updating 300 features, 30 into 10, and that doesn't include solving mate. So, as per my suggestions, as per possible, you can use for down or bottom of assembly. So it's not created in context features. So it's easy to rebuild and easy to updating your assembly. So next one is limits mates by using rigid sub-assembly. With the expectations of flexible sub-assembly, sub-assembly is treated as a rigid body. This means that it's possible to locate even the largest sub-assembly with only three mates. By using sub-assembly, you can simplify your mate structure as at the top level. Means you just create your sub-assembly, and it is easy to create sub-assembly, and in top level you just simplify your features tree. This improve performance and make troubleshooting much easier. Okay, so as soon as possible, just create your rigid assembly. So next one is limit the use of flexible sub-assembly. Made with flexible sub-assembly are solved with top level assembly mates. So you influences the performance as well. Additionally, internal configurations are created to manage the position of flexible sub-assembly, and this can also take more time. So always I just prefer for rigid assembly. Now we can talk about avoiding mate to pattern instance and to assembly geometry. Assembly level whole features means the features whole assembly plane and axis define the face of a component, a face of the pattern component. SolidWorks software is optimized to solve all the mates simultaneously. The SolidWorks software then follow the assembly tree order to rebuild. When you mate to assembly geometry, you create an order dependency. First, mate are solved to determine the location of the component, then the component update their positions, and assembly features solve. Finally, the mate solve again to count for the new positions. So to avoid mate to top assembly level component assembly features. Okay, next one is automatic rebuild, or we can say suspend automatic rebuild. Means skip rebuild after editing component and other options to improve update time. The suspended automatic rebuild option is available by right click on the top level icon in the features manager design tree. It's only applied to in context features. Okay, means you are not go for bottom of assembly, just go for in context features. With the options enable, in context part which shows a rebuild light instead of automatic rebuild, allowing to make multiple changes and then update as once. This option can be quite useful in complex routing assembly, which is rely on in context sketch by their nature. It has no effect on other common assembly updates like mates and display. Okay, or we can say there is an important point that 2017 software you can select suspend automatic rebuild as default system option in large assembly mode. Okay, means let me show you this option when I just when I talk about large assembly settings. Okay, just go to your settings options, and here you have an options that was assembly, and this one is a large assembly settings. You can check here suspend automatic rebuild. Okay, so it's not software is not do automatically your rebuild. I just go back to my PPT again. Even suspend the advanced body checking verification or rebuild when working in large assembly mode. Okay, so I'm not talking too much about this point. So let's go back to let's talk our next point, that was reduce the graphical demands of your assembly. In assembly, the following recommendations will improve the time needed to paint the display during the update, and also improve your ability to zoom, pan, and rotate assembly. Many of these are automatically set for you. when you enlarge large assembly mode. So let us talk about some settings in my SolidWorks. So let's move again to our settings option. So first one is the move the image quality slider. So I just go for system options, okay, tool options, then document property, and here you have an options image quality. Okay, I just get here, and you can set this setting for your graphic data. Okay, image quality. So I just put to my lower side, so my performance increased slightly. I just put again to my this one also in my lower side. Okay, and turn off HLR edges in the shaded display mode. You can just slide this move towards the lower, and your performance has been increased. Okay, and move the level of detail slider, which you want, which you find out in option, system option, and performance. Okay, level of details. You can just put to less or faster, means it will also increase your opening time or increase your updating time. When this option automatically load component lightweight mode, when whenever you start your open your assembly, and you want to change many time to go for select the options and go change your resolve to lightweight mode, you can select here, and whenever you click on sub assembly or assembly, it's automatically open in lightweight mode. Just select these options. Let us talk about some other settings, display and selections. Here you can off your dynamic highlight from graphic view. If you whenever you click on any features and the features is highlighted in graphic, it's also take your performance. So you just uncheck these options, dynamic highlight from graphic view. Even you can uncheck from here also, features manager and dynamic highlights. So it's increase your performance. So let us move towards to next topic, that for performance evaluations, which I already saw in evaluation tab. So okay, hardware consideration. This is your this tool is for self-assistant to identify the issue. Let me talk about RX. So I just go and search RX options. Whenever I just open RX, there is a two option, that was SolidWorks launch in OpenGL mode or SolidWorks open by bypassing your tool option settings. So whenever if you see some graphic error in your assembly, so just click on your this options. Just close your SolidWorks first of all, then launch your SolidWorks by using OpenGL mode. And if you identify that the issue doesn't come back by using these options, that means you have a graphic issue. And the another option, SolidWorks while passing the tools option setting. What do you mean by that? Whenever some issues with your settings in SolidWorks, so you can launch your SolidWorks by using these options, and you can again check your assembly. Again, do the same work by which the issue has been persist again. If you didn't find out the issue same again, then the issue has been for your settings options. Even you just go for diagnose tab, here you can find out the site or link, which is go to your, means you just go for your graphic options, means you want to find out your graphic driver or your graphic card is comfortable with your SolidWorks or not. You can find out here. Just click on your SolidWorks version, then select your systems, then select your model, and you can find out your graphic card driver, latest graphic card driver according to your model. If you didn't get your graphic card in this list, then don't worry, just go in Google and just search your latest graphic card and update your. This list represent only the that graphic card which is comfortable with SolidWorks. That doesn't mean your graphic card is not is useful for your SolidWorks, but it's affect your performance and your system requirement. If you want to find out your system configurations, which is along to your SolidWorks or not, you can use this link. So this way you can self assist your identify the issue using SolidWorks RX. So here we just closing our session. If you have any query, feel free to contact